When we first occupied here, there from the 1960s, there was a law passed called they called them Jim Crow laws, which stated that any group over 25 or more people had to have a permit. And so when we first came here, we had like 50, 60 people. You know, the police came and said, you know, you got over 25 people, you need to get a permit. And because of the way the group is, someone said, oh, well, it's just fine, let's not get a permit and just get arrested or whatever. And as that contention started to play, a representative from the state congressman, or our representative for Congress, United States Congress, called the mayor and says, as long as they're peaceful and they're not obstructing traffic or being, you know, a nuisance, we'll let it go. And so that's how it came to play. And for the first 2 or 3 days here in the camp, we just let them sleeping bags on the ground. And so then that Tuesday, we got a cold front came in and it just hit us. So we said, okay, well, we can't put tents up, so we'll put tents up and take them down at 8 in the morning to work with the police, because the police would come by and say, we can't have you all in sleeping bags at 8 o'clock. You know, you have to be broken down. So we would get up at 6:30, break everything down, and it's like nothing was here. When the cold came, we started putting up tents. And the first tent we put up was a tent for the media, where we had our computers and live streaming and like that. So it came to play, and they just let it go from there. So the next thing that happens, they send a fire marshal come in and check us out. You know, oh, here's the list. You have to have 3 fire extinguishers. You can't have any open flames in 20 feet of the tents. You have to have a record on site that shows that the materials in the tents are flame retardant and fireproof. You need to have a fire watch person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you have to write it down and have a log of it. So they started just having to jump through hoops that way. If we had a tent that was over 120 square feet, we'd have to get a permit for it. Luckily, all our tents, the biggest ones, are 112 square feet, so we don't have to get permits. So that's how we got around that part. As we started moving, people started donating tents. We started asking for tents. And up until, I guess, last Wednesday, when we got hit with the rainstorm, we had probably 30 to 40 tents out here. And we'd have some set aside for the homeless people. We'd put them in, they'd come in at 10 o'clock, we'd put them in tents, and then they'd get out in the morning. And so we had some problems with that, because after the rain, they got all wet, drying them out. They would come and say, I need a tent. You know, we don't have them for you. So the tents were done in that way. Open fires, you know, one of the things that the fire marshal said was that you could have open flames within 20 feet of the tents. But the law in Memphis is that open fires aren't allowed. So it's that dichotomy of what do we do. So we'll just play it by ear. And if we, I personally think that if it's cold enough, we can do fire. If we put them in the, you know, fire pit things, and they're not going to give us a lot of shit about it. If now if it's a big bonfire and we start burning the town down, that's a different story. But I don't think they'll bother us about it.